In this video, I'd like to talk with you about depersonalization and derealization. But before I go any further, I want to let you know that you are not losing your mind. These are two of the more severe symptoms that can happen when you are tapering off benzodiazepines. You can feel like you are distant and disconnected, and you can feel like at times the world is fake. I do have personal experience of both of these symptoms. I'm going to explain just a little bit about what these things are, some things that may be of benefit to you during this very difficult time. I lived with childhood trauma and addiction issues for basically my whole life, and I was on benzodiazepines for 17 years. I returned to the UK in 2019, and when I started my taper, I was already in full-blown tolerance withdrawal. This is when the medications can just stop working, but I don't want to speak about that in this video, so I'll get straight onto the topic. I do want to be clear that I am not a doctor, but I am someone who has lived through this, and I have also been studying mental health and addiction issues for over 20 years. In an effort to heal myself, I would have to go down a very dark path before I would finally reach a state where I can say I am healed from the trauma and the nightmare I have faced with addiction, but in particular with benzodiazepines. And I am currently studying to become a therapist. I have one more course to do, then I will be a qualified therapist. Hopefully then I will be able to help others to face the demons of trauma and addiction. So I do understand where you are now when you're watching this video. That is why the vast majority of my initial videos are about benzodiazepines. As a person who has walked the path you're on now, a man who has lived through this nightmare you're facing, it is one of the most difficult things I have ever had to go through in my life. So in this section, I want to talk with you about depersonalization. Depersonalization is when you can feel cut off from yourself. You feel like your body is not your own. You can feel like everything is distant and far away, and I do understand that all too well. You can feel like your life is not your own. You can also feel like your hands are not your own. Your voice doesn't sound like you. You can be detached from everything around you, including your physical self. And like I've said, I'm speaking from experience. I remember during my withdrawal, I would look down at my hands and they would not feel like it was me. I was so detached from my physical self. And on to one of the other things, derealization can feel like you're cut off from reality itself, like you're looking at the world through a sheet of smoked glass. Everything seems distant. You might feel like you are in a dream. Everything around you can seem distant and far away. I can remember when my daughter was at school, I would sit on my sofa, frozen in fear, not knowing if everything around me was real, if my own body belonged to me. So I truly do understand how you may feel when you are watching this. Before I go any further, I want you to know that you will heal. You will make it through the difficult times you're facing now. Depersonalization and derealization are not signs that you are losing your mind. They are not signs that you are going insane, because I do remember that is how I felt. They are extreme stress and anxiety responses. They are your brain trying to protect you when it feels overwhelmed. Your mind will dull down your senses. This is to protect you from the chaos that is occurring within your mind. I know it can feel absolutely terrifying, but this is your mind's natural protection switch. Your mind is dulling down your senses because all of the sensory input going on around you has become all too much. You are not broken. Your mind and your body is in survival mode. I have discussed this in other videos, however, I would like to repeat myself in case you haven't seen those. Benzodiazepines work by attaching themselves to your brain's GABA receptors, the main calming chemical within your brain. Over time, as your body likes to stay balanced and in homeostasis, your mind stops producing natural GABA. So over time, your mind relies on the drug to feel safe. Sadly, when we cut down or stop taking the medication, the brakes come off. Our mind has no way to calm down. And if you already have long-term trauma or anxiety, your nervous system is already on high alert. So this can make your mind jump into derealization and depersonalization as a way to cope with all of the sensory overload you are currently experiencing. Maybe you're sitting on your sofa now and everything feels strange. Maybe when you look into a mirror, your face doesn't look like your own. I truly do understand. You can hear your family talking, but they seem so far away. It's like you're alive, but you're not fully here in the world. I do get it. I do want to tell you now, if that is what you're experiencing, you're not alone. This is your nervous system stuck in survival mode. It does not mean that you're beyond help. It does not mean that you cannot heal, because I do know that you can. When your mind is telling you that nothing is real, even your own body is not your own, gently remind yourself that everything around you is okay. Look around your room and name the things that you can see in the room. Tell yourself that you are okay. Name the things. It can be all of the little things you can see around you. A wall, a cup, a chair, even your own hand. Say it in your mind or say them out loud. I personally have found saying the words out loud to be more beneficial. When you're naming things around you, it's making your mind come back to the present moment, and then you can know that you are safe. Also, as I say in every video, slow, deep breaths in through your nose, hold it for a little while, and then slowly out through your mouth, making the exhale just a little bit longer than the inhale. And I'm going to do a breath with you now, and then I'll talk with you a little bit more, because I do want you to know that you're not alone, and what you're going through right now, you can overcome. Get yourself comfortable and remember what I've told you. So I will do a breath with you now, and I just want you to sit with me, relax. I do know if you're watching this now, you are safe, and I do know that you will make it through this. So let's take a breath together now. You hold it for a little while, and then you breathe out through your mouth. When you look around the room and you name the things you can see, and then you take your deep, slow breath, it lets your mind know that you are present and fully here, and it also helps to calm down your central nervous system. Then your mind and your body will start to learn that you are safe, that you will be okay. Another thing you can try, and this is something you can do at any time of the day, is you can take slow, deep breaths, and at the same time, you can touch your thumb slowly and gently onto each finger. This will give your mind a sense of rhythm, a clear physical feeling that your body is your own. Along with the slow breathing, this can also help to bring you back to the present moment. It will not clear everything that you're feeling. You might not be able to control your thoughts, but I know you can control your breath and the slow movement of touching your fingers together. That can be enough to let your mind and your body know that you are safe and that it is okay to be calm. I have noticed that most people watch my videos on their mobile phones. So I do want to talk with you a little bit about that. If you're already feeling disassociated from reality, if everything is all chaotic within your mind, you need to try and be more mindful of your mobile phone use. That is just creating more chaos. It is making the detachment even greater. Scrolling can make everything seem more unreal. All of the flashy captions on videos, they're not helping you at all. If you notice on my videos, I never put subtitles. So I would like to suggest after this video, if you put your phone down for 5 or 10 minutes, concentrate on your slow, deep breathing, be mindful of where you are in the present moment, and always, always, always deep, slow breaths. I truly do understand the nightmare you can face at times. But I also want you to know it's okay to do less during this time. You cannot expect to fix everything. Everything takes time. Everything is a process. It's okay to do less today. You don't have to fix everything all at once. Healing does take time. That's why you concentrate on today. You concentrate on building a small routine for yourself, and you practice self-care the best you can. If at all possible, reach out to somebody you can trust. Try to explain to them some of the symptoms and the way you are feeling. Try to be kinder to yourself and your thoughts. Healing takes time. I know that all too well. I took my last pill in 2021. It's now the end of 2025, and I have fully healed. If I'm honest with you, my healing journey started to progress to a very high level once I started to put into place all of the things I tell you in my videos. I spent my whole life in trauma, addiction, anxiety, an absolute nightmare with benzodiazepines. And my benzo withdrawal took me to places both mentally and physically that I would not wish on anybody. But I want you to know that I am here now. I am healed, and I do know that you can heal too. There is so much negativity online, and that is not what you need. Self-pity is never the answer. You need to know that you will get through the nightmare that you're facing now. I do know that. I truly do know that you will heal. But I also do have to say that derealization and depersonalization were two of the darkest symptoms I had to endure. But I'm here now. Today I live as a whole. No anxiety, no depression, and everything starts with where you are right now. My nervous system is not perfect, but after a lifetime of trauma, I have so much nervous energy still built up within inside me. But I practice constant mindful breathing throughout my day, and I have to say it has been the most beneficial and truly transformative practices I have undertaken in my life. Please practice your breathing. Be mindful of your present moment. I'm going to switch this video off now, but I will be uploading more videos on many different topics over the coming weeks. But I do want you to know that you will be okay. You will heal. Try to practice your self-care the best you can. Always concentrate on slow, deep, mindful breathing. Please know that where you are now as you're watching this video is not forever. Nothing in life is permanent. Sadness, happiness, chaos. I do know even though things may be so dark for you right now, if you keep going every single day and you keep fighting through the nightmare of the benzo taper that you're experiencing now, I do know that if you keep going every single day, that you will heal. So always remember, you never stop, you never give up.